37 seconds. That's how long the last invasion force survived before realizing they had made a fatal mistake. On March 9th, 2022, something happened in Norway that military commanders are forbidden to discuss publicly. But what leaked out changed everything we thought we knew about modern warfare. Right now, as you watch this, there are exactly 7 things hidden in Norway that no invading army has ever survived. 6 of them are natural. One of them isn't. Imagine being a soldier, standing at Norway's border, knowing that 300,000 troops entered before you, and none came back alive. Since 2020, military simulation computers have run 10,000 invasion scenarios. Norway wins every single time, but nobody could explain why, until now. What you're about to hear was classified information, accidentally revealed during a NATO briefing in Brussels. By the end of this video, you'll know the one terrifying reason why Putin himself said, "Norway is where empires go to die." And I'll reveal the secret weapon that has been sleeping under Norwegian ice for 47 years. April 9th, 1940. Hitler sent 100,000 soldiers, his best troops, into Norway. Within just 6 hours, something went horribly wrong. The Nazis lost more men to Norway's brutal terrain in 1 week than in the entire invasion of France. Here's what they discovered too late. 67% of Norway isn't just mountains, it's a geological death trap. More than 50,000 valleys, twisting, hidden, uncharted. Valleys where GPS doesn't work. Valleys where armies vanish. German soldiers reported hearing voices, echoes of dead comrades, inside valleys that weren't even on any map. But the mountains were hiding something even darker. It wasn't discovered until 1987, when satellites finally mapped the full terrain. Military engineers found the impossible. The mountains weren't random. They formed a pattern that terrified invasion planners. The question is, what kind of pattern could natural geography form that makes even modern war planners step back in fear? The mountains weren't just random. They created 1,190 natural kill boxes, Norwegian fjords built to trap and destroy armies. In 1987, submarine mapping revealed something that shouldn't even exist. The Sognefjord drops 1,308 meters straight down. That's like stacking 4 Empire State Buildings underwater. But here's what nobody talks about. These fjords aren't just deep, they're acoustically dead. Submarines vanish inside them, radar doesn't work, radio signals die instantly. Imagine being on a ship, and suddenly your radar, your GPS, your radio all go dark. You're blind, you're deaf, and you're trapped between 1,000-meter cliffs. The Norwegian military realized they could hide entire fleets inside these fjords. Invisible to satellites, invisible to sonar, invisible to everything. But in 2019, they did something shocking. They started installing new systems in these fjords, turning them from hiding places into something far more sinister. And here's the tension. That technology has never been used in actual combat yet. So what could be hidden in waters so deep that even nuclear submarines can't touch the bottom? The answer was terrifying. A hidden network of 500 AI-controlled naval strike missiles, weapons that can think, hide, and hunt on their own. Since 2019, Norway has quietly deployed missiles that do the impossible. They fly at wave height, skimming the surface, invisible to radar. They can navigate through fjords without human guidance. And they don't just strike, they wait. Some have been sitting in silence for months, powered down, until the perfect moment. In Ukraine, these Norwegian missiles reached a 94% kill rate. And those were the old models. The new versions, installed in 2023, can talk to each other. They coordinate attacks like a wolf pack, striking from multiple angles at once. The missiles are only the visible part. The invisible part is even worse. Right now, every ship within 1,500 kilometers of Norway is already being watched. The question is, how can Norway monitor an area 3 times the size of France, every second, every day? The reason is shocking. NATO's most classified surveillance system isn't in space. It's hidden in the Arctic ice. It's called the GOC Gap, a 1,500-kilometer invisible wall of sensors stretching between Greenland, Iceland, and the UK. It hears everything. Every submarine, every ship, even massive fish create sound signatures that are tracked by AI since 2021. And Norway's 52 F-35 stealth fighters aren't just planes. They're plugged into this network. They see what the sensors see. They hunt what the AI marks for death. There are 40,500 Norwegians who aren't really civilians. They're called sleeper soldiers. Every Home Guard member lives a normal life. Teacher, fisherman, store owner, until they get one text message. Within 60 minutes, that fisherman becomes a sniper. That teacher activates pre-hidden weapons. That store transforms into a command center. Since 1946, over 200,000 weapons caches have been buried across Norway. Not even the government knows where they all are. Each member memorizes a 50-year-old invasion plan, passed down through generations, never written, never digitized. And in 2023, something new was added to their training. Farmers became the deadliest Arctic fighters on Earth. They learned how to weaponize weather, snow, ice, fog, cold that kills faster than bullets. So the question is, how do you weaponize weather that has already killed more invaders than any army? Norway's defenders learned to turn nature itself into a soldier. They can trigger avalanches on command. They can redirect storms. And they use the 67-day polar night as perfect cover. From November to January, northern Norway lives in total darkness. At minus 40 degrees Celsius, thermal imaging becomes useless. Everything shows the same temperature. Norwegian forces train in these conditions 200 days every year. Invaders, they get 0 days to adapt. In 2022's cold response exercise, 30,000 NATO troops died in just 72 hours. Not from bullets, from weather. One US Marine admitted, "We couldn't see, we couldn't communicate, we couldn't even start our vehicles. Norway didn't fight us, it just waited." But in 2024, something new entered the battlefield. Something that amplified Norway's weather defense and changed the entire Nordic equation. So what happened in 2024 that made military strategists say, "The game is over"? The answer arrived in 2024. When Finland and Sweden joined NATO, the map of the North was rewritten. 3 separate countries became one massive coordinated fortress. On March 7th, 2024, they launched Operation Northern Wall, a unified defense shield covering 2 million square kilometers. It created the world's largest integrated air defense zone, 800 fighter jets, 2,000 missiles, all linked to one AI command center in Bodø, Norway. And Norway didn't just build defenses, they made themselves so essential that their fall equals global catastrophe. But this still isn't the final secret, because since 1977, something has been hiding under Norwegian mountains. A secret that makes occupation impossible. Beneath 6 Norwegian mountains, bunkers hide Operation Silent Guardian, US Marine gear, and secret 6th generation weapons. Remember those 37 seconds? That's all it takes to unleash devastation. And here's the final truth. So now you know the truth. Norway isn't impossible to invade because of weapons or allies. It's impossible because invasion equals suicide. You've just heard secrets most leaders don't know. If this changed how you see warfare, hit subscribe. Comment below. Which of Norway's 7 defenses shocked you most?